Malika Dudley, a meteorologist who works for a television station on Maui, has described the grim situation to BBC Breakfast. She had spoken to one woman who jumped over a seawall into the ocean, where she remained for 7 hours to escape the flames. The woman's neighbor died next to her in the water, she said. Another woman said she had seen bodies in charred cars as they tried to escape Lahaina. It's a really dire situation, as we begin to hear stories from these survivors who literally had to run for their lives, Dudley said. She herself had just learned her home was still standing, but elsewhere on the island people are still very much on edge. In a press conference held in the last few hours, Hawaii's governor called the fires the largest natural disaster in Hawaii state history and said 80% of historic town Lahaina is gone. A total of 53 bodies have been recovered. Governor Josh Green warned, "We will continue to see loss of life." Authorities estimate about 1,000 people are still missing, although many could be out of reach due to downed communication lines in Lahaina in the west. The blaze ripped through the town so quickly survivors had to jump into the sea to avoid the flames. None of the fires on Maui are 100% contained and conditions remain dangerous and unpredictable. Firefighters say tens of thousands of tourists have been evacuated and 11,000 people are without power on the western half of the island. President Joe Biden has declared the fires a major disaster, meaning the federal government will provide rescue and recovery funds.
Earlier, I spoke with mother of 3T Dang, who jumped with her kids into the ocean to escape the flames at Lahaina. Dang said her family all said goodbye to each other in the water as they were certain they would die. At one point, her daughter fainted in the water. We saw a firefighter come. He was helping people up and I just screamed, "I have a child. I have a child," she said. Leading a group of 15 to 20 survivors, the firefighter told them, "I don't even know if we're gonna make it at this point. Just do everything I say. If I say jump, jump. If I tell you to run, run." After reaching shelter at the Maui Prep School, she was forced to move twice more.
We're nearing the end of a third day of wildfires, still burning across the central island of Maui and to a lesser extent on Hawaii's Big Island. The blaze was most intense along the western coast of Maui, gutting Lahaina, a popular tourist town, and destroying hundreds of homes. That fire is now about 80% contained, authorities said. In the middle of the island, the Pulehu fire has been 70% contained. Officials are still assessing a third blaze in upcountry Maui. On neighboring Big Island, there are at least 3 big blazes there too, but officials on Thursday said they were under control.
I spoke to the chat show host, who is a resident of Maui herself, earlier today at an evacuation center in Maui's north, where many Lahaina residents have fled to. She was handing out bedding and diapers to families in the stadium, after earlier asking people what they needed. Visibly lost for words at points, she called the situation on the island overwhelming. Hawaii has experienced wildfires before, but none like this. Governor Josh Green earlier today said this is most likely the largest disaster in state history. We don't yet know exactly what sparked the blazes, but we do know a combination of conditions, which authorities say are exacerbated by climate change, have made them worse. Hurricane winds and dry weather helped fuel the flames. And drought or abnormally dry conditions across large parts of Hawaii, including the entire island of Maui, also played a role. At the afternoon press conference, the fire chief said none of the fires on Maui were fully contained yet. But firefighters are making progress. An update from Maui County authorities hours earlier said the Lahaina fire, which razed much of the popular tourist town, is 80% contained. Further to the east, the Pulehu fire has been 70% contained. Officials are still assessing a third major fire in the island's upcountry area. Hundreds of acres of land have been burned, authorities say.
Earlier we had an update on the number of tourists evacuated since Tuesday. The Hawaii Tourism Authority says more than 14,000 visitors were moved off the island of Maui on Wednesday, either to go home or to carry on their holiday elsewhere in Hawaii. By the end of today in Hawaii, it's just past 1800 hours Thursday local time, they estimate another 14,500 people will have been moved out. As tourists and residents are evacuated from the island, they are being given temporary accommodation at a convention center. About 288,000 tourists have visited Maui since this summer began, one of several islands which make up the state of Hawaii. I just spoke to Maui's most famous resident, chat show host Oprah Winfrey. She told me she had visited this evacuation site at the War Memorial Stadium earlier today to find out what people needed. Often you make donations of clothes and it's not really what people need, you know, she said. After a shopping trip, she returned with pillows, diapers, and shampoo. She has been handing them out to people on their cots and air mattresses.
Thank you for watching this video, will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.